What if I told you the biggest war you will ever fight isn't with the economy, your job, or the people who doubted you? What if I told you the real battle has always been inside of you? Listen closely, the battlefield is your mind. Every fear, every excuse, every hesitation is born there. And every breakthrough, every victory, every moment of growth starts there too. You spend so much of your life trying to change the outside world. You blame circumstances. You wait for the perfect timing. But the truth is, until you win the battle inside your own head, nothing changes out there. The enemy is not life. The enemy is the story you keep telling yourself. Change that, and you change everything. So let me ask you, are you ready to fight the war that really matters? Your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever own. It can build empires or bury dreams. It can turn pain into purpose or chain you to the same old patterns for the rest of your life. That's the truth. Your mind will either set you free or lock you up, and the choice is yours. Think of it like this: a knife can feed you or cut you. Fire can warm your home or burn it to the ground. Power itself isn't good or bad, it's how you use it. Your mind works the same way. How many people live trapped, not because of the world outside, but because of the walls they built inside? They keep telling themselves, I can't. I'm not ready. I'll fail. And every one of those thoughts becomes another bar on the prison cell they built for themselves. But here's the flip side. The same mind that holds you back can unlock everything. When you decide to think differently, you don't just change what's possible, you rewrite your entire future. Right now, you are standing at a fork in the road. On one side, growth, on the other, decay. There is no middle ground. You are either moving forward or sliding backward. Life doesn't let you stand still. Embracing change is scary. It forces you to let go of comfort. But resisting change, that's a slow death. It's waking up every day a little more empty, a little less alive. And one day you look back and realize you didn't live. You just existed. Think about it. Every great story of success begins with someone who faced change head-on. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't cling to the old version of themselves. They stepped into the unknown. And yes, it was messy. Yes, it was hard. But on the other side of that fear, they found life. Which road are you taking today? The one that grows you or the one that slowly kills you? Let me tell you something you might not want to hear. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. If you came here looking for soft words and easy answers, you're in the wrong place. I'm not here to pat you on the back. I'm here to wake you up. You don't need another motivational quote on your wall. You don't need to wait for the perfect day to start. What you need is to face the truth. Your life is built by the choices you make every single day. And if you keep making the same safe choices, you will keep living the same small life. This is your alarm clock moment. This is me shaking you by the shoulders and saying enough. Enough excuses, enough waiting, enough hiding behind fear. Because deep down you already know you're meant for more. And the only thing standing between who you are and who you want to be is the courage to start right now. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. Two people can face the same storm. One sees disaster, the other sees a challenge to rise above. Same storm, different outcome. Why? Because of the lens. If you believe life is against you, every setback will feel like proof. If you believe life is for you, every obstacle becomes an opportunity. The world you live in isn't just outside of you. It's filtered through the story you tell yourself every single day. Think about it like wearing sunglasses. If the lenses are tinted dark, everything looks dim. Change the lens, and suddenly the world looks different. That's what your mindset does. You don't have to change the whole world to change your life. You just have to change the lens you're looking through. The question is, are you ready to clean the glass and see what's really possible? Your mindset is like the roots of a tree. You can't see them, but they decide everything that grows above the surface. Strong roots, strong tree. Weak roots, the first storm knocks it down. Your thoughts are those roots. They run deep and quietly shape your actions, decisions, and destiny. You can't just trim the leaves and expect the tree to grow differently. You've got to dig down and feed the roots. If you believe deep down that you're not good enough, you'll sabotage yourself even when success is within reach. If you believe you are capable, you'll keep pushing even when life tries to knock you down. The life you see above ground is just the result of the beliefs you planted long ago. If you want new fruit, you need new roots. And that starts with the thoughts you choose to water every single day. Let me ask you something. If the foundation of a house is cracked, can you build a mansion on top of it? No, it will collapse. Your thoughts are that foundation. Weak thoughts create a weak life. I can't. I'll never. What if I fail? These are termites eating away at the structure of your potential. And the worst part, most people don't even realize they're doing it because it feels normal to doubt, normal to fear, normal to play small. But the truth is, every breakthrough you've ever had started with one strong thought. I can do this. I will find a way. This isn't the end for me. Those thoughts are bricks. Every time you choose one, you're building a stronger life. If you want to change your reality, you have to start by strengthening the thoughts you allow to live in your mind. Because if your thoughts are weak, your life will be too. Every single day you wake up, you're making a silent choice, fixed or growing. Fixed says, this is just who I am. This is as far as I go. Growing says, I can learn. I can adapt. I can become more. Here's the truth. Life doesn't care about your comfort. It rewards growth. People with a fixed mindset avoid challenges because they're afraid of failing. But here's the twist. They fail anyway because they never try. People with a growth mindset face challenges because they know failure isn't the end. It's the beginning of becoming stronger. Think about anyone you admire. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. None of them were born at the finish line. They got there because every day, they chose to grow. They chose to lean into the stretch, the discomfort, the unknown. So what choice are you making today? Are you locking yourself in the cage of this is who I'll always be? Or are you daring to believe that who you are right now is just the beginning of who you can become? Growth is not an event. It's a daily decision. And it's a decision only you can make. Stop lying to yourself. Change isn't something you might face one day. It's not optional. It's happening right now. The question isn't if change will come. The question is, will you be ready when it does? Too many people live like they can pause life. They tell themselves, I'll get to it later. I'll take the leap when I'm ready. But life doesn't wait for your permission. It doesn't care about your schedule. Change comes when it comes. And if you're not ready, it will crush you instead of grow you. Look back at your own life. Every turning point, every defining moment, it came through change. Some of it you chose. Some of it you didn't. But it shaped you. The difference between those who thrive and those who break isn't whether change comes. It's whether they embrace it or resist it. So stop pretending. Stop waiting. Change isn't around the corner. It's already here. Life is a river. It never stops moving. You can try to build a dam and fight the current, but all you'll do is exhaust yourself until the water overpowers you. Or you can learn to flow with it, to adapt, to shift, to ride the movement instead of fearing it. Think about water. It's soft, but it's unstoppable. It carves valleys. It shapes mountains over time. That's what change does. It will shape you whether you like it or not. The choice you have is simple. Let it shape you into something greater, or let it wear you down piece by piece. People who fight change are like swimmers, thrashing against the current. They think they're staying safe, but really they're drowning. People who embrace it learn how to move with the water. They get stronger. They learn new paths. They discover what's possible when they stop resisting. You can't stop the river, but you can learn to move with it. Everyone thinks fear is the problem. It's not. Fear is a signal. Fear means you're about to step into something that matters. Fear means you're standing on the edge of growth. The real enemy, complacency. That quiet voice that says, stay here, don't move. It's safer this way. That voice has killed more dreams than fear ever did. Fear can be turned into fuel. When you feel it, you know you're alive. You know you're about to break a barrier. But complacency, it numbs you. It tricks you into thinking you're fine while it slowly drains the fire out of you. Think of every great thing you've ever accomplished. Fear was there, wasn't it? And you pushed through anyway. That's proof that fear isn't the enemy. But think of the times you stayed comfortable. What did that give you? Nothing but regret. Stop running from fear. Start fearing complacency instead. Let me ask you something. What are you holding on to right now that's keeping you small? What belief, what excuse, what version of yourself are you gripping so tightly that you can't grow beyond it? We all carry chains. Chains of the past, chains of failure, chains of identity. We tell ourselves, this is just who I am. But that's not who you are. That's who you used to be. And the longer you hold on to those chains, the heavier they get. Imagine trying to climb a mountain with weights tied to your legs. You can take the first few steps, but eventually the weight drags you back down. That's what holding on to the old version of yourself does. The truth is, the person you need to become is waiting on the other side of the chains you refuse to drop. And yes, it's scary to let go. Yes, it feels like stepping into the unknown. But if you don't, you'll spend your life dragging the weight of who you were while never meeting who you could be. So I'll ask you again, what chains are you holding that it's finally time to drop? The first step to building a mindset that can move mountains is brutal, unfiltered self-honesty. And I'm not talking about the kind of honesty where you say, yeah, I could probably work harder. I mean the kind of truth that stings. The kind that exposes every excuse, every habit, every way you've been holding yourself back. You cannot change what you refuse to face. You cannot grow into the person you're meant to be while clinging to the lies you tell yourself to feel safe. Radical self-honesty is ripping the mask off and looking in the mirror. No filters, no excuses. Take a moment and ask yourself, what stories have you been telling yourself that are keeping you small? Write them down. Every excuse, every I can't, every maybe one day. Then destroy them. Because until you do, those stories will destroy the life you're meant to live. Every word you speak is a seed. Every sentence you repeat is planting a future you will eventually walk into. That's why building a powerful mindset starts with reprogramming your language. When you say I can't, you're planting weeds that choke your potential. When you say I will learn, you're planting oak trees that grow strong and steady. Think about how many times a day you speak defeat into your own life. I'm not good enough. I'm just unlucky. That's not for people like me. Those are seeds and they don't disappear. They grow. But here's the good news. You can change your garden. You can choose to plant different words, stronger words. Words that create a future you're proud of. Replace I can't with I will. Replace I'm stuck with I'm growing. Replace this is too hard with this is making me stronger. Your words are not random. They are the blueprint for your destiny. Plant carefully, because what you speak today will be the life you live tomorrow. Most people run from discomfort like it's the enemy. But let me tell you the truth. Discomfort is not a signal to stop. It's proof you're on the edge of growth. Steel isn't forged in warm water. It's forged in fire. Diamonds aren't formed in comfort. They're formed under pressure. You are no different. The moments that stretch you, that scare you, that make you want to quit, those are the moments shaping you into something unbreakable. Think about the times in your life when you grew the most. Was it when everything was easy, or when you were pushed to your limits? Discomfort is the weight room for your mind. Every time you push through it, you get stronger. So instead of running from discomfort, lean into it. See it for what it is, the fire forging the strongest version of you. Because without the fire, the steel stays soft. Without the pressure, the diamond stays hidden. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. You can have the biggest vision in the world, but if your daily habits don't align with it, that vision stays a fantasy. Habits are the floor you stand on. If they're weak, you collapse. If they're strong, you build higher and higher. That's why a mountain-moving mindset isn't built in one big moment of inspiration. It's built in the small, consistent actions you repeat every single day. Ask yourself, what do you do when no one's watching? Do you feed your mind with growth or drown it in distraction? Do you start your day with intention or hit snooze and hope things get better on their own? Start small. Micro goals. Mental reps. A few minutes every day speaking life into yourself. Pushing one step further. Choosing the hard thing over the easy one. Over time, those small bricks build a fortress of strength. Your dreams don't fail because they're too big. They fail because your daily habits are too small. Build stronger habits, and you build a stronger life. You can plant the right seeds, water them every day, but if the soil is toxic, nothing grows. Your environment is the soil for your mindset. And here's the hard truth: if you stay in toxic soil, your potential dies there. Look around you. Who are you spending time with? What are you feeding your mind with? Is your environment pulling you higher or keeping you small? You cannot plant oak seeds in cement and expect a forest. If you want a mountain-moving mindset, you need to put yourself in soil that feeds growth. That might mean changing your circle. It might mean cutting out the voices that keep you in fear. It might mean creating a space where positivity and ambition are the norm, not the exception. Your environment is either feeding your fire or suffocating it. Choose wisely, because no matter how strong the seed, it can't survive in the wrong soil. Every breakthrough you've ever had came through one thing: change. Change is the doorway between the life you have and the life you want. The problem is, most people are too afraid to walk through it. We treat change like an enemy, because it feels uncertain. But what if that uncertainty isn't danger? What if it's the sign you're stepping into your next level? Think of every person who's achieved greatness. They all share one thing in common: they embraced change. They understood that staying the same guarantees staying stuck. Change is not the thing to fear. It's the thing to pursue. The next version of you is waiting on the other side of a door labeled change. You can't stay who you are and become who you're meant to be at the same time. The question is, are you willing to walk through that door? Change rarely shows up neat and comfortable. It shows up like chaos. The job loss, the move, the relationship ending, the unexpected challenge that turns your life upside down. But here's the truth: what looks like destruction is often construction in disguise. The storm that tears down the old is clearing space for the new. Think about a forest fire. It looks like devastation, but that fire releases seeds that only grow in the heat. It makes way for stronger, more resilient life. Change works the same way. The disruption you're scared of might be the very thing creating the foundation for your next chapter. Real growth doesn't happen in perfect conditions. It happens when the ground shakes and you're forced to dig deeper than ever before. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" start asking, "What is this making me?" That shift turns chaos into creation. Resisting change doesn't keep you safe. It keeps you dying slowly. You may not feel it today, but every time you choose the comfort of the known over the growth of the unknown, you shrink a little. It's like a plant refusing to grow roots deeper because the soil feels unfamiliar. It survives for a while, but eventually it withers. That's what happens when you resist change. You think you're preserving yourself, but really you're draining your own life. The people who thrive aren't the ones who avoid change. They're the ones who see it as life itself, because that's what it is. Change is proof you're still moving, still growing, still becoming. Look at the areas of your life where you've stayed the same for too long. How alive do they feel? Stagnation is death in disguise. If you want to live fully, you have to choose change, even when it terrifies you, especially when it terrifies you. There are 3 steps to turning change into growth. Acknowledge it, adapt to it, advance through it. Miss one, and you stay stuck. First, acknowledge it. Stop denying the shift that's happening. Stop pretending you can hold on to the old version of life. Look change in the eye and name it for what it is. A new chapter beginning. Second, adapt to it. Change requires adjustment. It's not about waiting for things to go back to normal. There is no normal. There's only the next version of you learning how to navigate the new terrain. Finally, advance through it. Don't just survive change. Use it as fuel to push forward. Ask yourself, how can I grow because of this? What strength is this building in me? That question turns every challenge into a stepping stone. Repeat it with me. Acknowledge, adapt, advance. Say it again until it's burned into your mind. That's the formula. That's how you stop fearing change and start using it as the tool that builds you into something unstoppable. Every single one of us carries lies disguised as truths. I'm not ready. I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes. These aren't facts. They're stories you've repeated so often they've become your reality. But here's the brutal truth. You built those walls, and you can tear them down. The moment you call them what they are, lies, they lose their power. Think about it. The opportunities you didn't take, the dreams you didn't chase, the life you put on hold. How many of those decisions were based on actual limitations versus imagined ones? It's time to stop letting lies run your life. Stop treating them as your identity. They are not who you are. They are who you've told yourself you are. And you can rewrite that story starting now. Your excuses feel real because you've lived behind them for so long. But most of them are nothing more than paper walls. They look solid until you lean on them. Then you realize they were never stone. They were fear, doubt, and habit stacked together. How many dreams have died because someone believed their paper walls were unbreakable? How many lives have stayed small because no one dared to push? Here's the challenge. Push. Even a little. Test the wall you've been standing in front of. Take one step past the fear, and you'll see what's on the other side. Every breakthrough starts with one act of courage. You don't need to tear every wall down in one day. You just need to push the first one and prove to yourself they were never as strong as you thought. Look at your life right now. What's the one excuse that's been robbing you blind? The one thing you tell yourself over and over to justify staying where you are? Be honest. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's fear of failure. Maybe it's I'll start tomorrow. That excuse has cost you opportunities, growth, and moments you'll never get back. Here's the thing. Until you name it, you can't kill it. Excuses thrive in the shadows. Shine a light on them and they shrink. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Own it so you can destroy it. Your life won't change until you stop letting that one excuse steal from you. What's it going to be? Keep paying the price or finally take it back? There comes a point where you have to draw a line in the sand and say enough. Enough excuses. Enough waiting. Enough playing small. While life passes you by, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the perfect moment. The life you want will not show up while you sit in the same place making the same excuses. Repeat it to yourself. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more small thinking. Say it until it burns into your soul. Because this is the moment everything changes. Not because the world shifts, but because you do. Every great transformation begins with a decision. And this is yours. No more. Your destiny is not written in the stars. It's written in your decisions. One choice can change everything. Think about it. Every major turning point in your life came down to a moment when you decided to move, to act, to step forward. The problem is too many people wait for motivation to make that choice. But motivation doesn't build your future. Commitment does. Commitment is the moment you say, "This is it. No more halfway. No more maybes." Let me tell you something. Indecision kills more dreams than failure ever will. While you're stuck in should I or shouldn't I, life keeps moving. And every second you delay, the gap between who you are and who you could be gets wider. Decisions define destiny. Right now you have the chance to make the one that will rewrite your story. What are you waiting for? Commitment is not a feeling. It's not about being excited in the moment. It's a contract with your future self. It's standing here today and saying, "I owe it to the version of me I haven't met yet to show up no matter what." Feelings fade. Motivation dips. There will be days when you don't feel like moving forward. Commitment is what carries you through when emotions run dry. Imagine signing a contract that says, "I will not quit on myself." That's what commitment really is. It's the bridge between who you are and who you are meant to become. Stop treating commitment like a mood and start treating it like a vow. A vow that says, "I will keep showing up for my future until it becomes my present." There's a reason warriors in ancient times would burn their ships after landing on enemy shores. It sent one message: there's no going back. The only way out is through victory. That's the level of commitment you need to transform your life. Draw the line. Burn the ships. Remove every escape route that leads back to the old version of you. As long as you leave a way back, part of you will always retreat when things get hard. But when you remove the option to quit, something powerful happens. You discover just how strong you really are. This is not about being reckless. It's about being relentless. It's about making a decision so strong that the old you has no choice but to die, so the new you can rise. Draw the line. Burn the ships. Decide there's no going back. And then step forward like your life depends on it. Because it does. Mindset. Change. Growth. These three are inseparable. Your mindset shapes how you face change. How you face change determines whether you grow or shrink. This is the unbreakable chain of transformation. You can't skip the first step and expect the last. A weak mindset crumbles at the first sign of change. But a strong mountain-moving mindset, it takes change and turns it into fuel. This entire journey comes down to one thing. What are you willing to believe about yourself? Are you willing to believe you can change? Are you willing to believe you can grow? Your future doesn't start next week. It doesn't start next year. It starts the moment you decide to lock that chain in place. Mindset. Change. Growth. Say it until it lives in your bones. Close your eyes for a second and imagine the mountain you thought you could never climb. Maybe it's a dream. Maybe it's a goal. Maybe it's simply becoming the person you know you were meant to be. Now picture yourself at the top. The air is thin. Your legs are shaking. You're exhausted, but you're there. You made it. And in that moment, every fear, every doubt, every excuse fades into nothing. Because you proved to yourself what you always had inside. That vision. It's not a fantasy. It's a preview. It's a glimpse of what's possible when you decide to step up. When you decide to fight. When you decide that nothing, not fear, not failure, not comfort, will hold you back. That mountain is waiting. And the only thing standing between you and the summit is the decision to start climbing today. Right now you have a choice. You can hear these words, feel inspired for a moment, and then go back to life as usual. Or you can take these words and breathe them into your life. You can make them action. you can make them reality. The difference between those who change and those who don't isn't what they hear, it's what they do next. Don't just hear these words, live them. When fear whispers, stay safe. Move forward anyway. When excuses show up, crush them before they take root. When change comes, embrace it like it's the key to the future you've been dreaming of. Because it is. Say it with me. No more waiting. No more playing small. No more letting life happen to you. From this moment forward, you happen to life. This isn't the end of a speech. This is the beginning of a new story. And the pen is in your hand. Start writing it today.